Find your perfect gift. Like the 5-star crash safety rated Acura MDX at the Drive Home for the Holidays event. Celebrate the season with low financing and lease offers from Acura.
Tonight, with money tight and mortgages due, could letting a stranger live in your spare room save your house? Tonight on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. Later, right after CBS 4 News, so stay with us.
That's our news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.
For more news, you can go to CBS4.com, or you can listen to our radio partner, News Radio 610 WIOD.
As we leave you, here's a live look at St. Peter's Square, where the Pope is celebrating Midnight Mass.
See you at 11.
Tonight, home for the holidays? Maybe not. Winter storms are stopping thousands in their tracks, and it's testing their Christmas spirit.
They've said we cannot get you home until 5 p.m. on Christmas Day. And that's when I started freaking out.
I'm Harry Smith. Also tonight, spending to end the recession. President-elect Obama is pinning his hopes on a massive stimulus program. Will it be enough? It could be a toxic time bomb. A mountain of ash is moving downriver, swallowing homes and threatening drinking water. And generations of kids have adored his shows. But like the banks, this puppeteer needs a bailout.
I want to make a 50th year if everything goes well.
This is the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
Good evening. Katie is off tonight. The holiday rush is getting slowed down by a fresh batch of winter storms. For some, getting home for Christmas will not be easy. Almost 64 million Americans plan to travel 50 miles or more during the holidays. 17% of them are on the move today, making it the busiest travel day of the season. The skies are crowded tonight. This map shows all of the flights currently in the air, but there are plenty of delays and cancellations. Kelly Wallace is at New York's LaGuardia Airport with more. Good evening, Kelly.
Good evening, Harry. Christmas is fast approaching, and many travelers battling snow, wind, and ice are running out of time to make good on their holiday plans.
In Seattle, frustrated passengers encountered more than the worst wintry weather the city has seen in about 10 years. De-icing fumes got into the ventilation system of an Alaskan Airlines plane headed for Burbank. 26 people had to be treated. No one was seriously injured.
So the flight canceled yesterday?
Flight canceled yesterday.
From coast to coast, Mother Nature kept holiday travelers on hold, with close to 2-hour flight delays in San Francisco, nearly an hour and a half in Chicago, and 3 hours in Newark, where Lester and Melissa Jenkins are among the thousands trying to make it to their families in time for Christmas.
We were supposed to go out to dinner tonight, so I guess we'll have dinner in the airport.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
Ground agents in Chicago tried to keep spirits up for the weary. Many had to bed down at the airport. 100 flights were canceled this morning, on top of some 500 cancellations yesterday, including Amanda Wilgis's flight to Columbus, Ohio.
I was like, fly me through New York, fly me through anywhere to get me home. And they said, we cannot get you home until 5 p.m. on Christmas Day.
What happened?
Then that's when I started freaking out.
Tempers flared at Chicago's Union Station as hundreds of passengers waited nearly 24 hours for trains. They finally got out last night. At New York's LaGuardia Airport, more than a dozen Delta passengers were bumped from flights and would be spending Christmas Eve in a hotel.
Everything that I tried to get on to Atlanta is overbooked.
In other parts of the country, the weather was more than a nuisance. Icy roads and blustery conditions are blamed for at least 18 highway deaths.
There is one piece of good news for travelers. Meteorologists expect temperatures to warm up significantly in the Midwest and the Northeast beginning the day after Christmas. Harry.
Kelly Wallace at LaGuardia tonight. Thanks. And the cloud that's hanging over Christmas this year is the economy. New figures out today show it is getting worse, not better, starting with the job market. New claims for unemployment benefits rose to 586,000 last week. That's the highest level in 26 years. And there are even more signs this recession could be a long one. Jim Axelrod explains.
Next guest, please step down. Even if Americans could spend their way out of trouble, there's not enough shop therapy underway to revive the economy.
Consumer spending was down again in November for the 5th straight month.
Please remember, it took a lot of work to get us into this mess, and it's going to take some time to get us out.
Spending's down and unemployment's up. 10.3 million Americans are now unemployed. 2.7 million of those jobs lost during this recession. Then there's the housing market. Sales of new homes are down 35% compared to this time last year. The fact that 30-year fixed-rate mortgages hit a record low for the second straight week, 5.14%, could spark an upturn, but only if banks lower the bar for lending, say veteran real estate agents.
The low rates alone won't do it. There's the qualification guidelines. And because of the scare and the repercussion of all the bad loans that were made, lenders have gotten over-conservative with their qualifying guidelines today.
More and more, hopes for a turnaround hinge on the huge stimulus package President-elect Obama is preparing, maybe as big as $850 billion, including the largest investment in our infrastructure since the federal highway system was built in the 1950s. The goal is to create 3 million new jobs.
The greater danger is not enacting too quickly or too boldly, but rather enacting too slowly or too timidly.
As for the $700 billion for the financial bailout package, it looks like the new Congress convening next month will demand more information from banks that have taken the money. Two senators, Democrat Dianne Feinstein and Republican Olympia Snowe, now say they'll propose laws compelling detailed reports from companies getting bailout money about how they've spent it.
And General Motors got some news today it was looking for about federal bailout money. The Federal Reserve has granted the request of GM's financing arm, the GMAC, to be able to tap into the bailout fund. This was widely seen as necessary for GM to be able to survive. Harry?
Jim Axelrod at the White House tonight. Thanks. Millions of gallons of oozing sludge have left a Tennessee neighborhood in ruins. It is ash from a coal-burning power plant in Kingston. It was stored in a pond, but a retention wall gave way on Monday. What else may be in that ooze is causing a lot of concern, especially as it moves toward a major supply of drinking water. Mark Strassman reports.
Seeing this blackened moonscape, residents are still in disbelief. What hit eastern Tennessee Monday morning lit up emergency lines.
There's a heck of a mudslide or something that came through our backyard.
Not a mudslide, a sludge slide. In a retention pond outside a coal-burning power plant, sludge suddenly burst through a wall, sending 1.7 million cubic yards of it, enough to fill 520 Olympic-sized swimming pools, into the surrounding neighborhood and into the Emory River. From that spot, it's only 5 miles downstream to the Tennessee River, the source of drinking water for millions. Sludge spread over 400 acres, pushing Crystal Flynn's house 30 feet off its foundation.
You can see where it's broke off.
Her family salvaging what they can before the house collapses.
Oh, I've done all my breaking down, and I can't cry anymore, and I'm numb.
Another worry, all this sludge contains heavy metals like mercury and arsenic, so it's potentially toxic. So far, water tests have come back negative for contamination, but it's still early.
Yeah, we're going to have to monitor, continue to monitor, to take a look. We don't know how far this is going to spread.
Removing sludge will go on for months, on land and in the rivers.
Stuff on the top we're going to skim off, and then we're going to go back and dredge that material out.
But nothing can skim this disaster from Crystal Flynn's home.
It's not like they're going to scoop all this stuff up and the grass is going to still be there. You know, so it's just wiped out.
Wiped out by a falling mountain of sludge, and worried this disaster could get worse. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Harriman, Tennessee.
President Bush continued a Christmas Eve tradition today by phoning 9 service members deployed around the world, thanking them for their sacrifices and wishing them good luck in the year ahead. 146,000 American troops are spending this Christmas in Iraq, and as we hear from Elizabeth Palmer, their mission is changing dramatically.
For years, it's been up to U.S. patrols like this to keep the peace. But these men are on a different mission.
Pleased to meet you.
The soldiers are vital to the U.S. plan to pull out of Iraq. Major Keith Purvis heads a military transition team in Baghdad to make sure that when the U.S. troops pull back to base in June, the Iraqis can take over. It's not yet perfect. This Iraqi gunner, with plastic flowers but no helmet, looks ill-equipped next to his American counterpart. But Major Purvis recognizes the Iraqi police have to do it their way.
If the U.S. tries to make it exactly the way we want it and doesn't fit the way that the Iraqi unit wants, then they just ignore what we do.
That night, more proof the Iraqis are definitely in the lead. The Americans learned they're planning a mission based on an intelligence tip.
Point to the hospital for him. Okay, gotcha.
In a complete role reversal, it's the Iraqis doing the briefing and the Americans offering backup.
I have 6 vehicles also, so we can pull up 3 vehicles per side.
Quickly and efficiently, the Iraqis raid 5 houses, able to talk to the stunned residents and very sure who they're looking for.
Well, they're taking this guy. I don't know if he's a target or not.
In the end, they netted 8 men suspected of starting a Shiite militia cell, who were brought back to the Iraqi police station.
We are able to do all of our duties without the Americans now, because we've got good training and weapons, but we still need help with some things.
Like high-tech forensics.
Ask him if he has been playing with any explosives.
No, we did have that one kid say. I'm gonna call this guy negative.
They can check immediately if a suspect's in the database.
He's not in the system. Okay.
Then they hand the prisoners back.
That's better.
Building up the Iraqis' responsibilities as the Americans draw down. Elizabeth Palmer, CBS News, Baghdad.
It is one of the most solemn yet joyous celebrations of Christmas, midnight mass at the Vatican. Pope Benedict led the faithful in prayer this evening at St. Peter's Basilica. In his homily, the Pope said this is a time to think of children, especially those who are orphaned, homeless, or exploited. He also asked for prayers of peace for Bethlehem, the traditional birthplace of Jesus. And the Christmas celebration in Bethlehem was much brighter this year. Christian pilgrims gathered for Mass at the Church of the Nativity. Bethlehem's been a flashpoint for violence between Israelis and Palestinians, but security has improved a lot in the past year. Meanwhile, a British TV channel will air an unusual Christmas message tomorrow from Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. He'll say if Jesus was alive, he'd stand with people like him who oppose, quote, ill-tempered expansionist powers, an apparent reference to the United States. Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, how America's medical trash is being used to save lives in Africa. But up next, money's tight. They're keeping their house by opening it up to strangers.
Healthy beauty is the journey. And the first step is healthy skin. Create healthy skin for life with Aveeno Daily Lotion. This exclusive oat formula is proven to actually improve skin's health in 1 day with significant improvement in 2 weeks. Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion.
My name is Tiffany, and it's day 1 of my Crest Pro Health research. Does it really work?
Get the right protection at night with Crest Pro Health toothpaste.
Morning, everyone. Listen, that's squeaky clean.
Crest Pro Health. Wherever good can overcome, that is where your contributions to the Salvation Army go.
I have COPD, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can spend a day with my favorite little camper.
For people with COPD, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from other medications because it's the only product with an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
I love coming here, Grandma.
Me too. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
Steaming is such an important part of fresh Asian cuisine.
It unlocks the intricate flavors of ingredients.
Like spicy red peppers and zesty oranges.
But not everyone has a bamboo steamer.
That's why we created new Asian-inspired Healthy Choice Cafe steamers.
Our innovative steamer cooks right in your microwave to bring out the fresh taste.
For tender chicken and fluffy rice in a delicious sweet and spicy sauce.
New Asian-inspired Healthy Choice Cafe steamers in 4 authentic recipes.
As we reported earlier, many more Americans, maybe even millions more, could lose their homes because of the mortgage crisis. But some are finding a creative way to keep a roof over their heads. More from Ben Tracy in our series, Hitting Home.
What's for dinner?
Heather Townsend and Marlene Mazzi sound like mother and daughter, but they met just 3 months ago when Heather started renting a room in Marlene's house.
Are you surprised by how much things have changed?
Oh, yeah.
Her husband Carlos can't find carpentry work. She lost her organic products business due to the economy. Faced with losing their Los Angeles home, they posted an online ad looking for boarders. Unable to afford LA's high rents on her slumping sales job salary, Heather pays Marlene $750 per month for a bedroom and a bathroom.
I pay her $200 extra and she makes all my dinner.
And the table is full ever since Mike Zapko, a chiropractor from Montana, moved in 5 weeks ago, making close quarters even tighter.
I've not had to worry about people say, you know, turn on the television, or, you know, I'm going to bed at 9, can we be quiet? You know, it's odd.
Me and my cousin share this.
Marlene's daughter Stephanie gave up her bathroom to share one with her parents and her cousin, who moved into what used to be the den.
You go from having your privacy to like all of a sudden it's like really fast. It's like it all changes.
If you didn't rent out the rooms, if that money wasn't coming in, what would happen?
At this moment, I will be in the street. I'll be homeless.
More and more Americans need help paying their mortgage or their rent. Roommate postings on Craigslist have shot up from 259,000 last year to 419,000 this year, a 62% increase. Laura Fanucchi helps run one of the largest home share programs in the country.
People have, lost retirement income, they've lost their jobs, and so they want to keep their home.
With a record 1 in 10 mortgage holders now behind on their payments, even some who live in million-dollar homes are opening their doors to strangers.
It's a bed and breakfast without the breakfast,
Rick Lattenbacher is renting rooms in his $2 million Venice Beach home, charging $390 per week. He needs help with the mortgage as he struggles to sell in a down market.
I'm just waiting for things to get a little bit better.
As for Marlene Mazzi,
I wish everything is going to change.
Back to the life she used to share with only her family. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
When we come back, these unused medical supplies were destined for the trash heap. Now they're saving lives halfway across the world.
My lymphoma had not only come back, but it was life-threatening.
After I discovered I was pregnant, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
When I first found out that Frank had cancer, I felt like my whole world had fallen apart.
I went to one more hospital, Cancer Treatment Centers of America, because I wasn't willing to give up.
Being treated like a real person for the first time in 10 years was such a relief.
I feel like it's just like going back home.
My son.
Our cancer information specialists are here for you day and night. Call now and they'll send you this free DVD showing you how this special hospital combines state-of-the-art medicine with unique therapies to give you treatment options you may not even know exist.
We as cancer patients, for whatever reason, have been dealt this kind of pain. But there is hope on the other side, and there is great life after cancer.
This is America. We protect what we hold dear. And every day, Bank of America is here for you. With 200,000 associates, 6,100 banking centers, and hundreds of products and services to help protect what you have and build opportunities for the future. No wonder families in America trust more of their hard-earned money with us than any other bank. Bank of America. Bank of Opportunity.
What you doing, Richard? Catching butterflies? Strawberries. I'm catching the smell of strawberries. The smell of strawberries?
Tim and Richard Smucker grew up in a family known for making extra delicious jam. The secret? A way to capture the flavorful aroma that used to escape when jam was made.
Hey, don't let it get away. Okay, don't worry.
For 5 generations, with a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
How can you pay less and save more? By heading to Tamiami Chrysler Jeep Dodge. More big discounts, more amazing rebates, more exclusive savings. Pay less, save more with prices slashed up to 50% on selected vehicles. Pay less, save more with rebates up to $10,000 with lease loyalty. Pay less, save more when you ask about our employee pricing special. This savings event ends soon, so get to Tamiami Chrysler Jeep Dodge today, where you pay less, save more.
Zimbabwe is teetering on the brink of a humanitarian crisis. This week, the UN issued a dire warning that a cholera outbreak there could get much worse. 1,100 people have already died in that African country, and 20,000 others have gotten sick from water tainted with sewage. Making matters worse, Zimbabwe's healthcare system has broken down, along with its economy, as President Robert Mugabe clings to power. Mugabe insists the cholera outbreak is contained. And Zimbabwe is not alone in facing a health crisis. Throughout Africa, thousands of patients are turned away from hospitals because there's not enough basic equipment or supplies. But here, we throw away about 7,000 tons of medical supplies every day. Medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook reports now on an organization that is putting that trash to good use.
It's garbage day at this New York hospital. Perfectly good medical equipment is being taken away to make way for newer models. But it isn't going to the dump, it's going to Africa to save lives.
We're getting supplies shipped to us from Houston, from Phoenix, from California, from Wisconsin.
In 2005, cardiologist Dr. Bruce Cherish had an idea: collect old and unused medical supplies and ship them to developing countries. He founded Doc to Doc, a nonprofit organization that sent 12 tons of supplies to countries like Ghana, Ethiopia, and Benin.
Our philosophy, though, is as long as we're throwing it out, we might as well save lives overseas by giving it to people who need it.
This load right here would end up going into a garbage. As you see, you have some equipment here that hasn't not even been opened yet. It's still completely closed.
Completely closed, but unable to be used in the United States because of hospital regulations.
This is a surgical kit. It contains everything a doctor needs to do an operation. Things like syringes and gauze pads. But anything that's not used has to be thrown out, even if it's untouched and completely sterile, like this surgical blade.
The group takes almost everything, from catheters to IV lines to walkers. Supplies like these were recently shipped to the Tepa District Hospital in Ghana. Before Doc to Doc stepped in, the maternity ward in this hospital had next to nothing.
I'm the surgeon, I'm the obstetrician, and I'm the only gynecologist there.
Dr. Isaac Boateng has been delivering 50 to 60 babies a week. But until now, he's never even had a sonogram machine.
We say that you are going to save millions of people.
America's medical trash is Africa's medical treasure. Dr. John LaPook, CBS News, New York.
Coming up next, the magic of puppets may be no match for the recession.
Sure, there's plenty of bad news about the economy, but these 3 people have never been doing better. Why? The story tomorrow on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric.
Do you have enough room in your closet? Crowded closets mean wrinkled clothes. Introducing Wonder Hanger, the perfect space-saving solution designed to instantly triple your closet space. Place up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 garments in the open slots. Lift and release jackets, shirts, pants. No more crowded mess. Wonder Hanger is guaranteed to triple your closet space for neat, wrinkle-free, perfectly organized clothes. Go from this to this. Purses are a pain to store, but Wonder Hanger neatly organizes all your purses. These old-fashioned rings get stuck, but Wonder Hanger's patent-pending open-mouth design lets you easily add or remove your clothes. It fits wood, metal, or plastic hangers. Wonder Hanger can support a 20-pound weight. It's strong enough for 5 heavy winter coats. It's the ultimate space saver for any size closet. Great for dorms, apartments, or downsizing. Now get 5 Wonder Hangers, enough for 25 garments. Through the special TV offer, you'll get 2 amazing Bend-A-Hangers. Watch, bend them up so silky tops won't slip. Bend them down to eliminate shoulder bumps. Silky, delicate slip to the floor. But Bend-A-Hangers lock clothes in place. Ideal for kids' clothing. The airflow foam dries clothes faster. There's more. You'll also get the all-new stick-up light with 5 LED ultra-bright lights for instant closet lighting. Absolutely free. You get it all, just $9.99. We're not through yet. Call now and we'll double your order. And we'll send you a second set absolutely free. Just pay separate processing and handling. That's a total of 10 Wonder Hangers, enough for 50 garments, 4 Bend-A-Hangers, and 2 stick-up lights. A $50 value, just $9.99. Save space and organize your entire closet with Wonder Hangers.
To order your complete set of Wonder Hangers for $9.99 plus $15.90 processing and handling, call 1-800-979-0354. That's 1-800-979-0354. You must be 18 or older to call.
This holiday with Crest White Strips Premium, you'll bring home a smile that can't be missed. See whiter teeth after just 3 days. Full results in 7. Share a whiter smile. Crest White Strips Premium.
I have high blood pressure, so when I get a cold, I take powerful cold medicine with a heart. Well, now there's new Coricidin HBP Nighttime for nighttime cold relief with the heart. From the only cold brand that won't raise your blood pressure, Coricidin HBP.
Friday, exclusive interviews with this year's Kennedy Center honorees.
It's always nice for people to notice what you do.
Only on The Early Show.
For decades, part of growing up in Southern California has meant seeing a puppet show put on by Bob Baker. But the recession could soon change that. A man who has spent his life pulling strings may see his string run out. Bill Whitaker reports.
To enter the Bob Baker Marionette Theater in Los Angeles is to take a trip back in time, where children suspend disbelief and accept that puppets suspended by strings truly sing. It's a trip the city's children have been taking for 49 years.
There is something very magical about puppets.
It's the dream come true for puppet master Bob Baker, an 84-year-old kid.
Hello, Bobo. How are you? I want to make a 50th year if everything goes well.
But things aren't going well. It's the economy, Bobo.
To build a show here costs around $10,000 to $15,000.
There you go. Prices are up, his audience is shrinking. He's always taken his show on the road to local schools, but now, because of the recession, schools have cut field trips, and school kids were the bulk of his theater audience. Also because of the recession,
we took out a mortgage and then had to increase it.
Now the bank pulls the strings around here. Baker's in debt, and the future of all these guys hanging around is in doubt.
Are you in trouble? Yes, very much so.
It wasn't always like this. There was a time when Bob Baker's marionettes were movie stars on the silver screen with Judy Garland. Baker performed for Hollywood's elite.
We were at Ronald Reagan's many times. We were at Danny Kaye's.
I think I had my 5th or 6th birthday party here, so it's a pleasure being able to bring my son here.
Although he's holding on by a thread, kids still get ice cream after every show.
I loved it.
Would you like to come back?
Because I love it.
You see, magic happens here. Bill Whitaker, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And in Minnesota, it wasn't magic, just someone with a big heart who saved Christmas for 200 people who suddenly found themselves homeless. Monday night, their apartment building in Burnsville, yes, Burnsville, was destroyed by a massive fire. Almost immediately, strangers helped with clothes and food. And then A Secret Santa donated $1 million to the fire victims on one condition, that they get the money before Christmas. Today, they picked up their gift. Each family received a check for $17,500 from the donor, who remains anonymous. That's the CBS Evening News for this Christmas Eve. I'm Harry Smith. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.
CBS News is very good news.
At the all-new Marooney.com, you get one thing most car dealers don't give you: answers.
Do you have exactly what I want?
Yes. Marooney.com has over 10,000 cars and trucks from 20 different manufacturers.
Can I search by make and model?
Absolutely. At Marooney.com, you can even search by vehicle type or payment range. Questions? Answers. The all-new Marooney.com.
Surrey in the city, Hollywood's holiday plans, and Barack Obama says a final goodbye to his beloved grandmother.
E.T. in HD is next.
I had a pimple once. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt the commercial. Sure, Proactive works, but clinical testing has shown that acne-free works significantly better than Proactive. Really? Take a look at Timmy before acne-free. Gross. Take a look at Timmy now. Hot. It's time-release benzoyl peroxide. It works 24/7. Acne-free is only half the cost of Proactive. Why pay over $45? Get clear skin for about $19.95 with acne-free from University Medical.
Entertainment Tonight and The Insider in high definition.
Surrey in the city. Naomi and Liev out with their new bundle of joy.
Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas with the stars.
It's going to be lots of books and puzzles.
Oh, I love cooking.
We'll tell you how your favorite celebs are spending the holidays.
That's top secret, man.
Plus, the latest news on President-elect Barack Obama as he says a final goodbye to his beloved grandmother. Elvis Christmas Duet. Behind the scenes of the album that put Presley back on the charts and the country stars crooning with the king.
It gave me chill bumps, and that I'm singing with Elvis.
Then, the Osmonds' Vegas holiday, Marie with her kids decking the halls as Donnie uncovers lost Christmas home movies.
She's even hogging the camera back then.
The box office goes to the dogs for Christmas.
You know, they're very cute when they're that small and they have puppy breath, and then you realize that I have two, and that's quite a handful.
It's Jennifer on the record about her cute co-stars. Richard Simmons is back.
I gotta get him these tank tops and shorts. I mean, I'm 60 years old now.
After more than a decade, he's sweating again.
4, 5, 6, 7, toes up!
And on this eve of Christmas, how about one more holiday blooper?
Now, the most watched entertainment news magazine in the world.
Your hour of entertainment news with E.T. and The Insider in high definition begins right now. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Stein.
And for Mary Hart, I'm Thea Andrews.
Well, what do Hollywood's A-listers do for the holidays? Your favorite stars reveal their top secret plans in tonight's top story.
It looks